Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, joining the other host,
Karen.
And this episode is about Mac Sabbath.
Mac Sabbath.
This was a Riot Fest late night show or pre-show. I think it's labeled as a late night show, but it was the first show before Riot Fest, I think, right?
Well, I feel like there was one earlier in the week as well. Oh, was there? Okay. But yeah, this was Thursday before Riot Fest started.
But Riot Fest does late night shows just like Lala does as well, where, you know, some of the bands who are playing at Riot Fest go and perform after sort of the festival is over for that day at, you know, some of the smaller venues, Reggies, Metro, the Vic, and maybe Concord, Cobra. Yeah. So all of those get like little extra shows as well. So people who either went to Riot Fest and want to go to another show afterwards, you know, keep the party going, or people who didn't go to Riot Fest can go. We didn't go to Riot Fest. The lineup this year in 2025 didn't really sound all that appealing to us.
Not to us, yeah. We've talked to other people who are like, oh my God, it's the best lineup. And it's like, not for us.
Yeah. So personally. I was like, whatever, we're not going to go this year. One of the main acts that was there at Riot Fest that I really wanted to see, because I saw them last year when they were in town, you didn't, was Mac Sabbath. So when I saw they were doing a late night show, I was like, fuck it. Yeah, let's try to go to that. And we can make this one work. So we went to that show at Reggies. Tickets were pretty cheap, $25 with $8.65 in fees. But yeah, pretty cheap show. The openers were Mikey Classic and Descartes A Kant.
Or DAC.
I'm
going to say that name again. It's Descartes A Kant.
So I was going to talk about this when we get to them, but I've always referred to it as Descartes. I could be saying that completely wrong, obviously. It's because he also said Descartes, I think, during the show.
Yeah, Descartes, but you said Descartes.
Descartes is a philosopher. That's what this is named after. Kant is also a philosopher, so it's Descartes A Kant. I think A in Spanish is two.
Yes.
So they pulled their name from, I got this from Wikipedia just before recording this.
All the research you did?
All the research. They got their name from a philosophy book that was, a chapter of that title was Descartes to Kant. Basically the philosophy of those two opposing sort of philosophers and their philosophical beliefs and whatnot.
So that's how they got Descartes A Kant.
That's where their name comes from. Okay. Exactly. Yep.
What's Descartes mean?
That's his name.
Oh.
That's the guy's name. Descartes is the guy who said, I think, therefore I am.
Not Descartes?
That's, again, I've always pronounced it as Descartes.
Oh, okay. You're probably just pronouncing it maybe incorrectly.
Maybe, but I've always sort of referred to it as Descartes. I've heard it pronounced Descartes. Maybe it is Descartes. I don't know, but yeah, he's the dude who said, like, I think, therefore I am.
Oh, okay.
Is he not Spanish?
Oh, it's French.
Oh, he's French. Yeah.
So it would probably be Descartes.
Yeah.
Because you don't pronounce
all
the syllables.
But in Spanish, it's probably pronounced as Descartes.
Descartes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's where I get his name, René Descartes. Yeah, whatever.
He died in Sweden, so he's awesome.
We do like Sweden. But yeah, they were the middle opener, or the last opener, the middle band of the night. And then, of course, Mac Sabbath. And if you don't know who Mac Sabbath is, they are a fast food metal band.
Drive Thru Metal.
Drive Thru Metal, yes. They come out dressed up as McDonald's characters, and the lead singer is basically Ronald McDonald. But no, what's his name? I can't remember. It's a gimmick band.
He's not supposed to be Ronald McDonald?
He's supposed to be Ronald McDonald, but he calls himself different.
Oh, okay.
Something to go along with Ozzy. Because the other thing is Mac Sabbath, they are basically a tribute band, or not a tribute band, a
parody band.
A parody band of Black Sabbath. They play Black Sabbath songs, a lot of Black Sabbath songs, and then they modify the songs and the lyrics to meet sort of the food theme or something like that. Like Iron Man becomes Frying Pan. I am Frying Pan or something like that. I don't necessarily remember.
Ronald Osborne,
right.
So it's, we'll do that when we get to Mac Sabbath.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about the other bands real quick first before getting directly into Mac Sabbath. The first band, as we said, was Mikey Classic. This is his solo career. He was in a band, or maybe still is in a band, the Goddamn Gallows. He was up on stage by himself. He put a what are those things called? The tambourine around his foot, and he had a box he would stomp on to do like the beat.
Yep. I love the drum boxes.
Yeah.
I say that. The beat boxes.
Yeah, drum boxes, beat boxes, I guess. I don't know. But he got up there, just played his guitar and sung his songs, beating the box and stomping away with the tambourine and whatnot. I really, really liked his set.
I liked him too, yeah.
It's sort of folky, sort of bluegrassy.
Folk, bluegrass, country.
Yeah. And I'm assuming the Goddamn Gallows are the same because he played some of that music as well. It's reminded me a lot of Tejo Street Corner Gang.
Oh, yeah.
Street Corner Thieves.
Street Corner Thieves, yeah.
We just saw them.
Tejon Street Corner Thieves.
Yeah. I really like them too.
Yeah. He would have been perfect with that.
He would have been perfect with that show, yeah, because that was also that Native House show.
Yeah.
And Cricket, that was the other like punk sort of folky kind of dude as well, folk punk type shit.
Yeah, I think he would have fit a little bit better than the Cricket guy, but Cricket was fun. I mean, he was a fun, interesting dude.
The first time I saw Mac Sabbath, I think the Tejo Street Corner Gang played.
Oh, you said that
in the slot of the back slot of this show.
Yeah, because you had seen him before, or seen them before, and,
right?
Yeah,
and they were fucking awesome then. And that Mac Sabbath show was really weird too. Not weird, but like the bands were just all over the place because, you know, the Tejon Street Corner Thieves were, you know, that second opener, that folky bluegrassy kind of feel to it. And then that first band was this sort of weird futuristic band. I can't remember who they were, but they reminded me a lot of like Tim and Eric. And I never liked Tim and Eric, like the TV show on Cartoon Network or Adult Swim back when it was first out in like the early 2000s. I hated that so much. But that band was so much fun. It was just a weird thing. And it was just fun to be there, which this night was very similar, just sort of flipped because, you know, you have Mikey Classic out there and then you have Dak, which was sort of that weird futuristic sort of feel to it. Yeah. But yeah, Mikey Classic. None of these bands have their set list up on Setlist FM. So I'm unable to add their songs to our playlist, which would have been awesome. But also, like, can't tell you what the songs were.
Mickey Classic's last song was Burger King or Have It Your Way. I think it was Have It Your Way.
Yeah.
But it was...
He added, like, the Burger King bit at the beginning.
Yeah. I don't know if it was really... Or if he just wrote it for this tour, because I think he was on a few shows, a couple weeks of shows with Mac Sabbath. I don't know if it's an actual song that he has, but... I mean, it was kind of like Burger King, like leave off the pickles, leave off the lettuce.
It seemed like that's how he started. Like, it was just sort of a fake intro to an actual song.
And it could have been,
how I got the vibe from it. Yeah. But it was also just sort of making fun of Mac Sabbath because they're McDonald's. So it's like, fuck them. We're going to do Burger King, the better burger joint type thing.
Yeah.
But right before he played that too, his guitar string broke.
Oh, it did, yeah.
He only had one guitar and...
We never really seen that where...
He changed the string on the fucking stage in between songs, which was kind of cool. And he did it pretty quick. Yeah,
he did it quick. He did do it really quick, which, I mean, having one song left, it maybe wasn't like perfectly tuned or whatever. But during that, though, he did tell a story of coming to Chicago for the first time as 15 and like... They all did acid on the bus.
All the like 15-year-old kids were like high on acid and they got off the streets of like Michigan or some shit.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm sure it was like a what do they call those, field trips or something like that?
Like a school event or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was a true story. Maybe it wasn't. But it was funny, and it did help with the time of him
changing out the strings. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good set. I liked his set a lot. Really cool music. I want to check him out some more for sure. But that sort of bluegrassy kind of music, I like a lot. I do. We just don't go to those shows that often and seek it out. And it's sort of a bluegrass punk I don't know, kind of cool. And then we get to Descartes A Kant or Descartes A Kant.
Descartes.
Or Dak. We'll just start calling him Dak from now on.
Yeah, let's just say Dak because I don't want to say it wrong.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just say Dak from now on. Or I might not. I don't know. Whatever. Back to Dak. They came out. They're all wearing these like futuristic sort of clothing and whatnot. I don't know. Not futuristic. Just, I don't know.
Kind of like the spacesuits, like what you would see in like, I don't know what those space shows. Not Star Wars, but the other one.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Okay.
Like not the shirt, but kind of like the shirts or whatever. Yeah. Like just like a jumpsuit thing that's like a spacesuit.
And then they have this like little weird computer thing that they start playing with, and the show starts, or their set starts with this sort of projector on this backdrop and whatnot, going through the program of the computer that they pretended like they typed in, and it's going through like this pick a song, make a song type thing.
You're trying to make a song, yeah.
Yeah.
That goes with the mood you're in.
Right.
And so it would be like did you have a hard time getting up this morning? Like, that's the only one I remember. But it would ask like questions, then make a song.
Right. And then they would come out and they'd play their song. The whole vibe of it for me was definitely like 70s futuristic sci-fi. And by that I mean it's like if you were in the 70s or watch movies from the 70s or whatnot, think of like Iron Man and the world of tomorrow, the great big beautiful tomorrow type thing at Disneyland or whatnot, right? Yeah. Where it's like in the 70s, this is what people thought the future would look like. Yeah. That's what their vibe was. Like somebody in the 70s came up with this look and they just sort of followed that look.
Yeah, because like the machine does look like it's from the 70s, or like what you'd see in like the late 60s, 70s sort of thing with like an old square computer.
Old time computer, yeah, for sure.
And then that thing was called DAC.
Yes.
And it's your like personal emotional
support thing or something. Yeah.
Well, it's like it reads your emotional support. Yeah. Is the way that I took it. And so that is supposed to be, I'm assuming it's like, oh, in the future, like this will be hooked up to you. And if you want to dream a certain way, like there was one part that was like, what do you want to dream about tonight? And then it would make you dream that way or whatever. So.
Yeah. I really, really liked their music. At first I was sort of like, this isn't that great. It's fun. It's not that great. But as the set went on, I got more and more into it. It felt very indie rock, very alternative rock, kind of punky for sure. It just felt like more of that style. And like as the set went on, I got more and more into it. I don't know why I did, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I liked their set a lot. The bits in between the songs where Dak would come back up and start talking some more, they were kind of funny. There were some of them that were funny. There were some, yeah. There's one that was like, don't do cocaine, eat ice cream instead. Yeah. Which was kind of funny.
Which is probably why I've wanted ice cream now for the last couple days.
What were your thoughts on them?
It was interesting. I think the DAC parts, meaning like the little machine parts, were awfully long a lot, especially that first part. And in my mind, you could play more music if you cut out that. It is a show that goes along with it, so that kind of helps somewhat in a way, because sometimes when you have a show that goes along with the music, it gets people more engaged, especially if it's like an alternative type music that not everybody's into, or like if, you know, like at a metal show, it's something a little bit different. However, after half of it, I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, let's move on, sort of thing. I wasn't into the music. The songs weren't that fun to me. I didn't like the vocal parts of the song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't care for.
You're not a big female vocalist anyway. Like, no. Like you don't like many female vocalists, and this was female leads. It was originally founded as an all-female band.
Oh, really?
According to Wikipedia, when I was again looking their stuff up. They're also formed in Guadalajara, Mexico.
I knew Mexico, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever said Guadalajara.
They didn't. Wikipedia said that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But we were just talking, though, that we don't really know bands from Mexico.
No,
and now
right.
we know, I mean, personally, we were talking about it. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah,
but, now we know a band from Mexico.
Yeah, and like they weren't like in character the entire time. Like they would sit there and talk to the crowd and be like, hey, thanks for coming out to listen to our music. Thanks for showing up. This is awesome to see you there. Yeah.
It was the last show that they had with Mac Sabbath as well. Yep. After 2 weeks of being on tour with them.
There were a lot of people in the crowd that were there to see them, which is really cool.
They recorded a album here in Chicago.
Yeah, like 7 years ago they said, or something like that.
Yeah. I can't remember who they recorded with, but the person died who they did. So.
Yeah, like I'm assuming it was a producer of some sort here in Chicago. Yeah, I don't know.
Looking at Wikipedia, because you have it pulled up, it does have the genre of noise rock, and that we've seen some bands that are considered noise rock, and I think that's what I don't like.
Oh, really?
Because I was gonna say I forgot until I just saw noise rock, but during the night that we were watching it, there was parts where I was just like, it doesn't flow very well. It's just like the guitar parts don't flow in to the other parts, and it's just like a bunch of noise, and that's how I was going to describe it. Like after their set was done, I'm sure you do it as well, but like during the set and after the set, I try to think of things to talk about or how I feel or what's going on, and that was one thought that I had, and I'm wondering if that's what the quote unquote noise rock is just
interesting.
Guitar parts that don't flow so well.
I didn't get that vibe. I thought it flowed pretty well. Personally, there were parts with the keyboard, because there was also a keyboard they used every now and then.
Sounds,
that I could see that aspect of things, and I know you're not a big fan of like the electronic aspect of things.
Electronic music aspect.
Yeah, I guess. Yes. Sure. But I don't know. I guess there were some moments there that I can kind of see what you're saying, but mostly I thought it flowed pretty well, personally. I don't know. I really liked their set. I was kind of assuming while watching it that you weren't going to enjoy this at all. But as it went on, as I've already said, I grew to like it more and more and more as the set went on, for sure.
Yeah. It's interesting they've been around for what, 25 years?
For a long time, 2021, yeah.
Yeah, so 24 years.
Oh, sorry, not 2021, 2001.
2001, yes, yeah. So they've been around for a while, but I don't know. Maybe in Mexico it's like a bigger thing, but I just wonder what they're going to do with their set, because there's only so much you can do with that. Unless you make a new program or something like that to do every time, or if it's the same set every time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've been around forever, so
yeah,
they're doing something. Not the biggest band by any means, but they're out touring and they're out doing stuff, so that's kind of cool. Not too many albums, though. Just looks like 2007, 12, 17, and 2003, they've had albums come out.
Well, if you look at it, up there, I was saying that others. That's what I thought you were counting.
And there were probably those are singles and EPs and shit.
Yeah, well, they have a Christmas album. It looks like Carol of the Bells, and then they have a Halloween
Pussy Trap, Kill.
Yeah, motion picture disc. Wiggles and Centos. Another soundtrack they were on. Wiggles and Centos. I don't know what that is.
Yes, I mean they've got some stuff.
Sorry, Wiggles and Centos, not Centos. Sorry. Even reading Spanish, I can't do it.
All in all, though, fun set. Again, really weird night in terms of music selection.
Yeah.
It felt very similar to that first Mac Sabbath show. It was like no cohesive sort of theme for the bands or sort of, likeness. And we've been to shows like that. I really enjoy when bands do that and they bring out different sort of genres to like mix and meld and expose the audience to different sort of types of music. You're not necessarily going to like everything, which is cool, but at least you expose people to it so they can at least experience it and make their own opinion. Like, all right, no, I don't like this, but I'm glad I got to see it. I like all three bands tonight, and I'm glad I got to see them. Skipping ahead, I don't think you were the biggest fan of this particular night of music.
No, not so much.
Not so much. Mickey Classic, though.
Yeah, I like Mickey Classic. Yeah. Mickey Classic, I was really like, oh, this would be good, like at a bar, like as a bar performer.
Yeah.
Or even I thought like, if you're on like a cruise ship, like in like one of the clubs or what, well, not a club like club music, but like just the
bar areas they have over there. Yeah. I guess skip ahead real quick to Mac Sabbath then, since I don't know. This is gonna be a quick episode.
So that's fine. We can do quick episodes. Let me pull up the Mac Sabbath character names.
Oh yeah, yes, we were gonna talk about that earlier.
We have Ronald Osborne, which is the vocalist Ozzy Osbourne character. Slayer McCheese, which is the guitar player.
Okay, so the hamburger
head, yeah. Grimalis,
which is the Grimace character.
Grimace character from McDonald's, and he's the bassist. And then the Cat Burglar, which is the drummer.
That's the Hamburglar. Yeah.
Yeah, and he has cat whiskers on his paint or face paint. So yeah.
So we probably talked about Mac Sabbath during last year's Uncasted show episode, because I don't think we did an episode on it, but we would have brought it up.
Because you went by yourself.
I went by myself, right.
When was that? Was that when I was in Ireland?
No, you were home. You weren't feeling good.
Oh, I went to bed at like 7 o'clock that night.
Yeah, you were just out of it.
I didn't feel well, no.
So I went by myself for that show. That show was awesome. This show, again, I thought was awesome. The parody aspect of Black Sabbath, I don't necessarily listen to the lyrics for Mac Sabbath. Like, I don't know what they're saying, but I know the Black Sabbath version of the song. So I sing along. I do use like the Black Sabbath, which kind of feels weird. So typically I don't sing along, but I don't know. It's the music for me is great. Like, I love Black Sabbath music. It's that old school bluesy, especially the older shit.
Yeah.
So fucking awesome. And they come out and they play a lot of that. So that's awesome. The imagery is kind of cool. I like I don't know, it's just a fun time to show up and just like, I don't go in expecting great music, right?
Oh yeah.
But you get the great music that is Black Sabbath with sort of twisted lyrics and whatnot. There's also some like magical element aspects of things where he'll like pull a giant straw out of his pants. It's fucking massive. and like throwing water into a bucket and then throwing the bucket on the crowd, but instead of water comes confetti.
Yeah.
All these sort of
that
jokes
I
and gimmicks.
Was gonna be really water, and that was make me nervous.
There were times where he walked around with ketchup and mustard bottles and did spray water into the crowd. If toward the end of the night, I think finally hit you.
That's what got me.
And you turn to me and you say something along the lines of, "This is fucking stupid. I'm done. Give me the keys. I'm going home."
Yep. But anyways, before we get there, yes, I
skipping ahead a bit.
Yeah, I did get done. But at first, it's really funny. And the jokes between the bands between the songs are really funny because it's like coming up with real band names but putting a fast food spin on it,
or some sort of food spin on it, like Rage Against the Vending Machine.
Right. I'm trying to think of all of them. Burger King Diamond was one of them.
Oh, was there one that? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember
there was
all
an
of them.
Avenged Sevenfold.
A 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven fold.
Avenged 7-Eleven
something
fold.
like that.
Yeah. So I mean, that is the funny parts. Like I thought that was so funny. Like when they would do, and then they had like a Pantera one, which was like me with what's that restaurant called? That
Panera Bread.
Panera Bread.
But yeah. Pantera Bread. Yeah.
Pantera Bread, and then they start singing playing walk with but walk like W-O-K.
Yeah.
Not walk.
Yeah.
And then it goes into,
he's like, they don't have any respect for us.
Right. Right.
Which another Pantera.
Yeah. So I mean, it is funny. Those bits are really funny. And I was trying to listen to the lyrics. I'm like, how are they going to change this to make it, fast food based or whatever? So I was trying to do that. I think just all night though, it was, well, not all night. During their set, there were some people around us who were caring less about who was around them, which there was no pits open or anything like that. It wasn't like that. It was more, there was a couple beside us and she had this little teeny tiny bag, but that little teeny tiny bag always seemed to find my side or my back or whatever. Yeah,
kept like pacing back and forth, turning around, leaving and coming back into the spot. I think she was going out to smoke and whatnot.
Yeah, maybe. Which I understand, whatever. Like you don't have to stay in the building the whole time. I don't know. That got to me, and then we had a couple that got in front of us who just showed up, and they started taking pictures, and like he was bumping into me, and I don't know. Like at one point he turned, and he's like, "Oh, sorry," and I'm like, "You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, there's a concert on, but you gotta take a picture." So
it was very like Instagram-y type thing of like I need to get my selfie done so I can post on my my socials so people know I was at a show type thing.
Right, but it wasn't even like towards the band; it was towards the wall, and I'm like,
and like sticking the leg out, like you have to make sure you get my shoes because they're glittering and whatnot.
I was like, "Fuck you guys!"
There were a bunch of people as well that were in like large groups of people. And
like they all came together.
Congregated, but then it would be 3 would peel off, go get beers and come back, and then a minute later 3 more would peel off and go back. So the crowd atmosphere for sure was more of I kind of felt like it was more party sort of atmosphere that like, all right, we're here for Riot Fest. We're going to Riot Fest tomorrow.
We're all meeting up here. Like this is the first thing we're doing.
Kick off the weekend of going to Riot Fest,
which is absolutely fine.
Right. But it was very much like this aspect of the band is secondary. We're going to go see them again tomorrow morning type thing, right? Like we're just here to have a few drinks and have fun type thing. Yeah. Which cool. It is fine. Yeah. But it doesn't feel like a normal sort of concert crowd by any means.
Right. And it just got to me. And I've noticed this, you and I have talked about this, but I've noticed it more and more. Like the first show I can pinpoint was Shinedown when we went with our friends in Milwaukee, and there was a group by us that just kept getting larger and larger and larger, and they kept talking more and more and more and like bumping into everybody, and everybody was leaving and coming back. And there was a point where I seriously just wanted to push my arms out and shove them. Like I was so pissed. And that's been happening more and more at shows for me, so I need to figure out what the fuck's going on there. But this night was almost that way. And between the bits, there was times where he would get out, the Ronald Osborne character would get out ketchup and mustard bottles, and he would squirt it in his mouth or whatever. And I was like, oh, cool, that's a cool way to drink water or whatever. Because, I mean, Avatar does it. They have
with
like
their gas bucket,
the gas bucket. I mean, some people just have bits like that.
Yeah.
But then he would spray it into the crowd. Now, we were back by the air conditioner. You asked to move up, so we moved up. And that was just in shot of my face getting sprayed by water. And I think it happened 4 times total. And that 4th time is when I just said,
"You're done.
I'm done. This is fucking stupid. I'm leaving. Like, I'm over this." And I just went and waited outside for you.
I didn't stick around a whole lot longer. We were close to the end of the set.
Yeah. That's one reason why I stayed, because I was gonna walk home, but then I'm like, I don't really want to walk home at 11 o'clock at night by myself. But then also I knew it was almost over, so I was like, I'll just wait outside and wait for you. It is, and I said to you, I was like, if we did see them at Riot Fest, I think it would have been even funnier. Or, like,
you would have enjoyed it a lot more.
I would have enjoyed it more
Yeah.
than in the environment we were in.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't remember the crowd being that way last time I saw them, in terms of like people constantly moving around and jostling back and forth.
Talking sort of, to people who are behind us sitting down on the
right,
wall.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
That was annoying.
That was a bit annoying as well. But like, again, that was just the type of crowd for this particular show.
Yeah.
It did feel very much like we're going to pregame Riot Fest by going to see some stuff as well. Yeah. But,
Which
whatever.
Is fine.
No, it is fine. Right.
Fine.
Yeah. Not saying like it was wrong or anything. It was just sort of taking us out of the environment for sure.
Yeah.
The music, I enjoyed the music. I've said that already. Like, the Black Sabbath music was awesome. The bits in between are fucking hilarious. That's what I remember the most the first time I saw it, was the bits. And it gets the crowd involved too, because the crowd starts yelling stuff out as well. Like, somebody said Smashing Pumpkin Spice.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's pumpkin spice season.
Yeah.
So.
And there was a point where like they were like, well, what other bands are already or you have to be more creative because you can't use Meatloaf.
You can't just yell out Meatloaf, because that's already a food and a band.
Yeah. Or I know Cake was the last one, and then
Cake
the
was
guy
one that
walks around
they
with
do
cake.
that every show too.
Oh,
like that's
okay.
like the magic word is cake, and then they start going into the Cake song, whatever that race car song is or whatnot.
I don't know the song. I can't remember all of them that they yelled out though, because there are a lot. Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
You can't, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Anyways, any band that already is a food,
you
can't use. But
they're just like, you need to be more creative than that. We've been doing this for 11 years. Like, you just have to be more creative. I don't know if you also noticed the Ronald McDonald character, or Ronald Ozzy, had a little booklet that he kept flipping. And behind the griddle or whatnot. That he was
we didn't even
standing.
talk about that. They have like a fake griddle in front that has like fake food frying on it,
with the light coming up and some smoke coming up, that he'd come out and like, we're gonna do the chicken song, which was like War Pigs, but it was chicken wings or something like that. I don't know. The in between bits are fucking hilarious. I love that I love the show for that aspect of things. So it's like, it's a concert, it's a comedy show, it's a magic show to some extent. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. They have the Grouper, which was their Iron Maiden sort of cover or tribute or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what else about this.
I don't know if I would see it again though.
No, you wouldn't go back?
No. It depends on what it is. Like,
I don't know, $25 isn't that bad.
It's not, no.
And it's at Reggies, which isn't too far for us. And the last one was at Reggies as well. There are a bunch of other sort of gimmicky bands out there. There's like a dinosaur band that's all dressed up as dinosaurs and whatnot. So there's other ones out there that I think would be fun to check out. But again, I'm not going into this like expecting amazing music by any means. I'm just going in and expecting to have a fun night. And for me, that's what this night was. Just a fun night of music. I did like the openers. I loved coming out and showing these different weird sort of, not weird. Weird is the wrong word.
Unique.
Just unique. That's a better word. Yeah. These unique bands that I probably would not have discovered if I didn't see them at this show. So I don't know. That was a lot cool. I don't know if any of these bands other than Mac Sabbath were at Riot Fest this year either.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
That's the thing I like about Riot Fest, is even though the lineup doesn't look that good for us, I would always find something good on the stages, just to at least listen to an experience. Like, that's what Riot Fest has been good for me in the past, at least the last 2 times we've gone. So we could have gone this year. It just, there wasn't the big name at the top of the bill that was like, oh, I want to go for that.
Which could have been easier to get home.
Yeah, we could have left earlier.
Left, not stayed till the end and just left before everybody else left. But I don't know.
Yeah, but that's our experience with Mac Sabbath. My second time seeing him, your first time.
Maybe only time for
Maybe
me.
only time for you.
No, I don't know. The jokes are funny. And maybe now that I know more what it is and stand a little further back so I don't get sprayed in the face with water every time.
So I do think also Ozzy would throw water, like buckets of water into the crowd.
I feel like I've seen that on like old videos, like back in the early 90s or late 80s probably.
So that's probably a tribute to Ozzy doing that. Yeah. They didn't say anything about Ozzy or Black Sabbath. No. They did make one reference to, we're going to go all the way back to the beginning.
They did say that, yeah. So I saw 2 Back to the Beginning shirts there.
I saw one. That was kind of cool to see.
So when we were off on the other side, or the right
stage right,
the one in front of us.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
There was one behind you too.
Oh, okay.
You probably just didn't see. So.
All right, cool. But yeah, this is a very quick episode. Not a whole lot to say, honestly. It's fun. If you get a chance to see Mac Sabbath, it's definitely worth checking them out at least. Maybe at a festival might be a better spot to see them, or I don't know.
Or just know going in that it's gimmicky.
Yeah, for sure.
And I knew it was gimmicky. It was just more too gimmicky for me.
Too gimmicky
for the night.
You're not a big fan of those joke bands and whatnot, like Steel Panther, Gwar.
Yeah, I'm not. It's a little bit too much for me. So
I kind of like the gimmicky bands a little bit, honestly.
But fun.
Not as like an everyday thing, as like a not a palate cleanser, as like a sweet little treat.
Just a fun thing, yeah. Just a fun thing to do. So.
But yeah, I don't know. Go check them out if you can. I think it's highly worth it at least one time to see them live. And there's, as we said, there's a bunch of other gimmicky bands out there. You might be into it, you might not, but go check out some live music, see if you enjoy it, and hopefully we'll catch you at the next show.
Bye.